Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another Champions of the Content video. In today's video, we're going to be covering the newest 5-star hunter announced for the game, Jillmeila. And I really don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm just going to call her Jill moving forward. But if you're curious to know more about Jill and her kit, then keep on watching and let's get into it. Alright, so who is Jill? She is a hunter who has the dark element, and her roles in this game are that she is an AoE bow and dark attack user, and she is a debuffer inflicting bleed upon her enemies. And so for her stats, they're pretty average across the board. However, she does have a little bit on the lower end of HP compared to her fellow 5-star hunters. And so for her notable skills, she has a one-hit single target bow attack that is 170 potency with a medium chance to inflict bleed. She has a 2-hit AoE dark attack for 80 potency, as well as a 2-hit AoE bow attack for 80 potency. She has a buff that grants her 20% attack and defense up. She has a 3-hit AoE bow attack with 65 potency and a medium chance to inflict bleed. She has a 4-hit single target random dark attack with 65 potency. And finally, a 1-hit single target bow attack that has 260 potency, but if the enemy is inflicted with bleed, then it has 312 potency. So you can see she's a very good AoE user, and with that 4-hit single target dark random attack, has potential to be a really good dark breaker as well. And her ultimate technique, it's a one-hit single target bow attack with 600 potency at max level. However, if the target is inflicted with bleed, then it goes all the way up to 720. And for her passives, her debuffs get +1 duration, and she has a 30% damage up to enemies with bleed. So you'll always want bleed up as much as possible when using her for damage. And for her pros, a really good AoE bow and dark user. She has solid power-ups when enemies have bleeding for, her passive and her skills that offer damage up, potency up rather with bleeding. She can nuke single target enemies with that final skill or with her ultimate technique, and her skills are on the lower end of SP usage. And so for her cons, enemies must have bleed for max damage and she has little utility. However, I find these cons are very, very minor and that her kit really makes up for the lack of utility, and even without bleed, her potencies are still very high. And so am I going to pull? No, however, she was my main hunter in the JP version, and she is great if you don't have Scarecrow, if you don't have Honnet. She, is a really good AoE user, and she's a dark user too, which, is, I feel like we still need more of. And great character overall. I don't think this is one that's an automatic skip. I just think that if you already have Scarecrow and you already have Honnet, then you might as well just save your rubies and hope that you pull her off banner in the future. But I would just recommend, if you don't have a 5-star hunter, or if you don't have Scarecrow, or maybe Honnet, because Honnet does have like that one AoE bow attack, then I would recommend pulling, because she is a very, very good hunter to have. So let me know down in the comments below, do you plan on pulling? Is this a character that you are super excited for? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much as always for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.